Hey KU fans, I'm Tom Keegan, he's Benton Smith. We are in Dallas, Frisco, Texas, to be more precise. And we're at the Big 12 Media Days, and this is KU Sports Extra. Benton, how many of these have you been to now?
I think this is my fourth one this year. This is the first time it's been in Frisco. It's usually has been in Dallas. We're at like a very Cowboys-centric facility today. Pretty cool. Artificial turf, field goal posts, the whole deal. Video boards everywhere you look. Pretty
Were
cool
you
setup.
at the pile of crap one where Charlie Weiss?
No, I missed the pile of crap fiasco.
But that's what hooked you on the idea of coming on. There was no one. 5 of the 10 coaches spoke today, and then they had breakout sessions where each coach was at a table, and the 4 student athletes, they like to call football players, the NCAA does, were at their own tables as well, and none of the 5 coaches, interestingly enough, called his team a pile of crap. So there was nothing that newsworthy as Charlie Weiss, but David Beatty did draw big crowds at his table because he is a good talker.
Yeah, Beatty's really popular at Big 12 Media Days. I think part of it is because he has so many Texas connections. Like, he just knows so many people in Texas. Like, when he's back in Lawrence and he's at one of his press conferences and he's talking about, I've known so-and-so for how many years and all that, you're thinking, do you really know these people? He does, because you come to a situation like this and everybody knows him, everybody's talking to him. Hey, I covered you when you were at this high school, or you recruited so-and-so. It's pretty cool, and he's popular because he doesn't mind talking, and it doesn't mind like throwing in some anecdotes and some color to his stories.
Yeah.
So he's a popular guy at these things, and that's something that has to come through in recruiting too, right? The personality, and that helps him on that front as well.
Absolutely, there's no question about that, and the Texas contacts too as well, obviously. There was a lot of talk of the early signing day, which for the first time they're going to in December. You get the feeling that most of these coaches are in favor of that. They like the idea of that, and I think Beatty was interesting in saying that for one thing, it'll tell them if they get to that December day and they've verbally committed but they don't sign, he said then they're going to have to gather and say, well, does he just need more time, or does this mean he's not coming? So it's interesting to hear, you know, you try to look at everything through the filter. Is that going to help Kansas? Is it going to hurt Kansas? Do you have any theories on whether that helps or hurts Kansas, the early signing day?
Well, I feel like it could do nothing but help them at this point, because I feel like they do a great job with getting guys like, you know, Devontae Jason and Corione Harris, who are like every school wants to have those guys on their team. And the fact that those guys have committed to KU, I think is obviously great. But I also think, like, if you have that momentum of, all right, they've committed, they've stayed on board, if that date is closer, that should only help you, I would think.
I would think so too. Yeah, that's but we'll find out.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. That's the thing that's interesting about it. And this is such an unusual class in that it's such a highly sought after group of athletes. Some of them, anyways. Some of the Louisiana kids. Who did you think who did you like better than you thought maybe you would coming into it from the 5 coaches who talked on the podium today? Because I have an answer myself.
Okay. Who did I like more than I expected today? Probably Cliff Kingsbury, because he called out whoever was running the music as he walked up on the stage for playing Justin Bieber. He was not a fan of that, so I enjoyed that. I wasn't expecting Cliff Kingsbury.
Has he been told he looks like him or something?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Yeah. No complaints about his looks. He doesn't get any complaints about his looks. I think he looks like one of those heartthrob actors, supposedly. I forget his name.
Ryan Gosling?
Yes, that's who it is.
Oh, I love my heartthrob actors.
Yeah, that's who he gets the look-alike comments about. But for me, it was Gary Patterson. I thought he was very frank, candid. Yeah. He just said what was on his mind, and I thought he was really interesting and made it clear that he just is an unvarnished guy who says what he's thinking.
Yeah. Should we play a little word association with the coaches?
Sure.
I name the head coach. You tell me the first word that comes to your mind from today.
Sure.
Okay, we'll start with Gary Patterson, since you just mentioned him.
Unvarnished.
Lincoln Riley.
Garrett. Because he looks like his brother, the KU quarterback coach. They really do look a lot alike. And they're both savants. just get these jobs at an incredibly young age.
Yeah, that was way more than one word, but I'll give you a pass. Matt Campbell.
Strong.
And who am I forgetting? Who am I leaving out? Go through them in my head.
David Beatty.
Well, we haven't done David Beatty.
Character.
Character.
He is a character, and he's a high character individual. I know it's more than one word, but by one word would be character.
And Cliff Kingsbury.
Smooth.
Smooth.
You know, I thought the thing he handled really smoothly, I thought, was when they asked about his job status.
Yeah.
And he didn't get ruffled, and he just said, you know, that's everybody but the coaches of the 4 schools in the playoff are on the hot seat. That was a smooth way to handle it.
I also really enjoyed the way he handled a guy who basically berated him for the team's lack of defense over the past couple of years.
Now, that was funny.
Yeah.
The guy said, there are 5,000 kids from the state of Texas who get scholarships. Why can't you find 15 or 20 of them who can play defense?
That guy was irate.
Yeah.
And
he must bet the under.
Yeah, Kingsbury just started chuckling before he just had a laid-back answer.
He said, that's a great question.
Yeah. That was a highlight of the day.
And that was probably the highlight of the day. I don't know if you asked about all 5 coaches, or you still forgetting?
No, I think we got them all. Patterson, Riley, Kingsbury, Campbell, Beatty.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You can count better than I do. He's Benton Smith. I'm Tom Keegan. Keep it logged on KUsports.com throughout the day, throughout tomorrow. We're going to be just constantly posting stuff from Big 12 Media Days, a really fun event.